What's up, guys? It's MB Boxing, and I just finished up watching Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte. And this was a 12-rounder for the WBC Heavyweight World Championship. And this fight was Saturday, April 23rd, from Wembley Stadium in London, England. And this fight was broadcasted on ESPN pay-per-view. And in this fight, Tyson Fury annihilated Dillian Whyte with an uppercut. And that is yet another uppercut knockout loss for Dillian Whyte. So yeah, this is a crazy and beautiful knockout for Tyson Fury. And leading up to the stoppage, this bout scored 49-46 in favor of Tyson Fury. That is 4 rounds to 1. So as I mentioned before, it ended in the 6th round. And just to break down this fight, the first round and the 4th round were really the only close rounds throughout this fight that I thought could have went either way. Like round 1 was more of a feel-out round, but I gave it to Dillian Whyte because Whyte landed some nice body shots. Tyson Fury tried with some 1-2s, but they didn't really land too clean. So I gave round 1 to Dillian Whyte based off of his body work. And then second and third round, I felt that Fury started to work much better. He started to land those 1-2s, started to land some nice counter check left hooks, and it was really getting interesting at that point. And then in round 4, it was a very, very interesting round because early on Fury looked better, but then they were in the corner, sort of in the clinch, and both of them were going behind the head, mainly Dillian Whyte to the back of the head of Fury, and then Fury's corner was, I forgot what they were doing, but they were doing some crazy stuff in the corner. I mean, there was just a lot of stuff going on whilst the 4th round was happening. And then after that happened in the corner with the behind the head and stuff, Fury, I mean, it looked like that Whyte was sort of angered by that, and there was also a headbutt, I believe, in that round. Maybe it was a round after, a round before, but I'm pretty sure it was in the 4th round where the headbutt happened. A small cut, or a cut was on the eye of Dillian Whyte, sort of got him fired up, and then Whyte started to go ham on Fury, and he landed a nice hook on Fury, some more big body shots, and that's why you could have definitely gave the 4th round to Dillian Whyte, but I had to Fury with his earlier work in that round with his 1-2s and some of his nice check hooks. Then in the 5th round, I gave it to Tyson Fury. It was really a dominant round for him. He was able to just really outbox Dillian Whyte, land some nice counter shots, some 1-2s, and really just dictate the pace of that round. But then in round 6, whilst things were going a bit smooth for both men, really a neutral round up until the knockout, Dillian Whyte got hit with a perfectly placed uppercut from Tyson Fury, sort of grazing him on the chin and jaw area up to his face, and then Tyson Fury did the old Klitschko move, the shot, and then the push. And, I mean, after the uppercut, it seemed like Whyte was going to be knocked out cold and just on his back. But then it was an uppercut, then a push. It reminded me a lot of when Pulev got knocked out by Klitschko. It was the shot, and then he got pushed and was still knocked out on his back. So, a beautiful knockout for Tyson Fury. Nonetheless, I mean, what is next for him? He definitely could retire. I mean, he's undefeated. He's been talking about retiring. At this point, I've not watched the post-fight interview, so, I mean, he could have definitely said that he wants to retire by now, but, I mean, I'm just talking about from an aspect of someone who hasn't really seen anything said after the fight, so I'm thinking that he could retire, definitely, but, I mean, if he's going to continue fighting, I mean, he could definitely fight the winner of Joshua Usyk, too, or he could fight someone else highly ranked in the WBC, or another highly ranked heavyweight contender. But as for Dillian Whyte, losing here for the 3rd time in his first ever world title fight, major world title fight, obviously he was the interim champion going into it, but I mean, he's still a top 10 heavyweight nonetheless, and I would love to see him take on maybe a rematch versus Joseph Parker, maybe even take on another good top 10 heavyweight. I mean, he's really still a very solid fighter. I mean, he might take a break or so against a lower ranked guy, maybe a top 25 guy, an easy fight for him. But, I mean, since he's in that top 10, I mean, he could definitely face someone inside the top 20. He might even face Otto Wallin, someone really inside the top 15. Top 10 in the heavyweight division is probably next for Dillian Whyte. Even though he did lose here, he's still a top 10 heavyweight. So overall, Tyson Fury brutally knocks out Dillian Whyte with a vicious uppercut in the 6th round to retain his WBC heavyweight world title. And that's really it. I'm MB Boxing. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.